So I got married in December, which was a good and joyful thing. I got married to a woman in December, which is a little more challenging for our communion than might otherwise be. As an Episcopal priest canonically resident in the Diocese of Washington, D.C., my bishop is perfectly fine, and our canon allows for same-sex marriage. And so I continue to be a priest in good standing in my diocese. However, I am licensed in, or I was licensed in South Africa in the Diocese of Saldanha Bay. And the canon in South Africa at the moment, the canon on marriage, does not allow for same-sex marriage. And in fact, the bishop of the diocese in which I'm licensed was instructed that he must revoke my license to exercise my priestly ministry in that diocese. And I said to the bishop that rather than revoke my license, I would like to offer you my license. He told me that in the course of his conversations around the diocese, in that diocese of Saldanha Bay, the response by the clergy in the diocese had been really amazing to me, because the majority of the clergy said to him that if he was forced to revoke my license, he would have to revoke their licenses as well. And that's not just a vocational choice, but it's also an economic choice, because for most of these people, this is their livelihood. They're stipendiary priests, and this is their livelihood. And so in offering the bishop my license, got out of that piece of the bind was saying, I appreciate the statement and the sentiment and the support. However, there is a conversation that we need to have in our communion that we have been very willing, and particularly in the Anglican Church in South Africa, that we've been very willing to sort of slip under the carpet for years. And that conversation is around what is the nature of marriage? What does it mean to be in loving relationship? Why is it okay to marry a couple in which there is violence and abuse? Why is it okay to marry a couple when clearly there isn't a faithful relationship, and yet we are so challenged by the idea of a faithful and loving relationship and creative, generative relationship between two people because they happen to be of the same gender. And of course, being African, it has caused quite a stir, not only in my
not just
my
African, Tutu, come on.
Well, yeah, that too.
That caused a little response.
Yeah, that too.